So I'm gonna build a guitar. I need another guitar. I have a couple really awesome guitars. I feel like I'm saying guitar so much. I have some really awesome guitars, but they basically shouldn't leave my house. They do leave my house, but they probably shouldn't, because rock and roll is supposed to be played in some pretty sleazy places, and therefore I need a sleazy guitar. But when you have such refined instruments as I usually have my hands on, it's difficult to sort of degrade yourself to like a beater Epiphone or something. I don't know, I'm sounding like a snob. But I needed something that I could get excited to play, but then also not super sad when I like bang the headstock against a cymbal or something. So I decided to build a guitar, because I realized I can buy like the most top shelf components and woods and all the things that I get really excited about as a kind of a guitar nerd, and put together a super awesome guitar for like a very good price. Even if I go crazy, even if I literally go crazy and get everything the best, it's still cheap. The only thing I have to do is I have to glue the neck on and paint it. And then, that's not the only thing I have to do. That's the only thing that really challenges me. Then I just have to screw on a bunch of components and do a couple solder joints. And bada bing, bada boom, I got a guitar. So the first concern is the gluing of the neck. This is going to be like a Les Paul Jr., because I love Les Pauls, and I like gluing necks on. If I was a sane person that was less extreme, I would build like a Telecaster or something, where you just simply bolt the neck on. But no, of course I wouldn't do that. I'm building like a pretty darn difficult guitar. I forced myself to make it a Les Paul Jr. That way it doesn't have like a sunburst finish. It doesn't have two pickups. It's got more simple controls. It only has one pickup. But it still has a glued on neck. And of course, no, I'm not going to use modern Titebond white glue like every normal person should probably do on their first guitar build. I'm going to try to use authentic, 50s authentic hot hide glue. Basically, it's like gelatin that you heat up and you brush it on, you stick your neck together, and then it dries like really quick. So you don't have a lot of time to work with it. You have to basically get it right the first time. And then your neck is glued. But apparently it works a lot better in a musical instrument than Titebond does, because it dries like basically as hard as glass. So it's a really good conductor of musical vibrations. Whereas, you know, modern white glue, it has vinyl in it. So you're basically putting a little bit of like plastic, which is, you know, if you tap on a piece of plastic, it sounds kind of dull. If you tap on a piece of glass, it sounds really bright and sharp and more musical. So of course I got to use hot hide glue. So now I'm trying to decide, well, do I buy the $130 official hot hide glue pot to probably use once or twice, or if I get really good at it, maybe 3 times? I'm not going to build like 100 guitars. I mean, never say never. But you know, it'll help keep the temperature perfect, because oh, here comes a car. It helps to keep the temperature perfect, because if it gets too hot, you end up cooking the glue and it ruins it. It's kind of like how you could use an egg white as glue to like glue on gold foil or something. But if you cook an egg, you know, if it's a fried egg, it's not going to glue anything, right? So you use the hot hide glue. You got to get it up to like 140 degrees Fahrenheit, Farrah Fawcett degrees. And then you have to try to use it really quick before it dries. If it's too cold, I guess it just doesn't work, or you just don't have any time to do anything with it. So you're gonna like, it's not gonna work. So that's my current dilemma. Otherwise, the parts are in the mail. I got like the wood, the neck. I got everything ordered. It's awesome stuff. It's awesome stuff, but it may or may not become an awesome guitar. We'll see. All I need to find is a pickup and electronics. So I know there's some good companies out there making aftermarket kind of reproduction stuff. Like, I think Lawler makes a P90 that's supposed to be pretty awesome. Even the Seymour Duncan Antiquity P90 is pretty good. But of course, I'm an extreme person, so I want like a 50s Gibson pickup. So I'm basically trying to build like as good as a 50s Les Paul Jr. for like $1,000, or maybe like, I'm probably in it like $1,000 now, so $1,000 plus whatever the pickup and the electronics cost. So that could be, you could buy a pickup for $500 if it's a really expensive vintage one, or you can buy like a Lawler for like $100. So there's a big differential there depending on how crazy I go. And maybe I'll choose the pickup based on how well the rest of the guitar works out. If the rest of the guitar works out amazing, and it really deserves like a top shelf electronics, then yeah, then I'll be like, I have earned the vintage Gibson pickup. If it's sort of crap, then I'll just throw an antiquity in it and be like, this is my dive bar guitar. So we'll see, but you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So wish me luck, and I'll keep you posted when the parts start to arrive and I start trying to put them together and to make a guitar. Rock and roll. See you later.